Hello students, today I am preparing video on the second chapter of Flamingo, that is Lost Spring, Stories of Stolen Childhood by Anis Jung. First of all, I will tell you about the author. So what you do is, hold your books in your hands. I'll be reading out the lines and I'll explain those lines to you. Anis Jung 1964 was born in Rourkela and spent her childhood and adolescence in Hyderabad. She received her education in Hyderabad and in the United States of America. Her parents were both writers. Anis Jung began her career as a writer in India. She has been an editor and columnist for major newspapers in India and abroad, and has authored several books. The following is an excerpt from her book titled Lost Spring, Stories of Stolen Childhood. Here she analyzes the grinding poverty and traditions which condemn these children to a life of exploitation. Now, in the introduction about the author, we come to know one thing, that Anis Jung was an editor, columnist, and she had authored several books. Lost Spring, Stories of Stolen Childhood. Spring is the most important and beautiful season of the year. It is the most celebrated period of the year. Lost spring means lost childhood. Childhood is symbolic of spring because childhood is also very important in one's life. So here, lost spring means lost childhood. Childhood which has been lost, which is lost by the small children, rag pickers, the children who live in slum areas, the children who don't get the facility to study, to go to school, and they have to really help the adults of their family because of the poor financial condition. So first of all, regarding the title of this fiction, Lost Spring, it means lost childhood. Lost precious time of one's life. And in this chapter, the first part is, sometimes I find a rupee in the garbage. Basically, this fiction deals with the children who are slum dwellers, who are very, very poor, and their parents cannot afford to send them to schools. Writer has beautifully portrayed the pathetic condition, the grinding poverty of these children. Now, first paragraph. Why do you do this? I ask Sahib, whom an encounter every morning scrounging for gold in the garbage dumps of my neighborhood. Now, first of all, this chapter is written in an autobiographical form, where Anis Jung shares her experience with us, and she says that in her neighborhood, the garbage was being picked by the rag pickers, and the garbage has been compared to gold because for these slum dwellers, these slum dwelling children, garbage was equivalent to gold because they earned their living through it. Sahib left his home long ago. Now, in the third line of the first paragraph, we come to know about a boy named Sahib. And we also understand one thing, that he has left his home long ago. Set amidst the green fields of Dhaka, his home is not even a distant memory. So Dhaka is in Bangladesh. So basically, the fiction starts with the name of a boy, Sahib, and also that he belonged to Bangladesh. There were many storms that swept away their fields and homes, his mother tells him. So because of the storm, because of the very pathetic condition of their fields, their homes, they had to come as refugee. They were staying in India. That's why they left, looking for gold in the big city where he now lives. So, what was the work being done by Sahib? He was a rag picker. He was a garbage picker. And he belonged to Dhaka, Bangladesh. And because of the storm, he lost his home, he lost his fields. So his mother told him that they had to come to Delhi, where the work of this boy was to pick rags, to pick garbage. And garbage here has been compared to gold. I have nothing else to do, he mutters, looking away. Go to school, I say glibly, realizing immediately how hollow the advice must sound. It is very normal for the children of Sahib's age, who are 10 to 12 years old, to go to school. And Anis Jung, when sees Sahib just collecting the garbage, she asks, "What are you doing? And why are you doing this?" And the answer of Sahib is very natural. He says that because I have nothing else to do. So she says, go to school. There is no school in my neighborhood. When they build one, I will go. And the answer of Sahib, the reply of Sahib is also very, very normal and very usual. He says that in my neighborhood, I don't have any school. And when the people on authority will build one, I will definitely go to school. If I start a school, will you come? I ask, half joking. Yes, he says, smiling broadly. A few days later, I see him running up to me. Is your school ready? Now, see, what actually has happened is that Anis Jung was quite curious about Sahib. And she questions. She rather suggests him to go to school. And Sahib shows his helplessness by saying that because there is no school in the nearby area, in his neighborhood, he cannot go to school. So just the writer Anis Jung cracked a joke and she said that suppose if I build one, will you come? And he says yes. So after some time, when again they meet, Sahib asks, is your school ready? It takes longer to build a school, I say, embarrassed. So Anis Jung was quite embarrassed because she had stated something to the boy which was really very difficult to be executed. At having made a promise that was not meant, but promises like mine abound in every corner of his bleak world. It means that Anis Jung felt very embarrassed when Sahib asked her about the building up of school because she also knew that whatever she spoke was just for the sake of speaking. She was not going to build any school for the children like Sahib. And then she as if tries to console herself by saying that, okay, whatever I said might have been quite hollow and fake, but to such children, fake things are very common and such promises are not meant to be kept. We will continue in our next video.